Hello and welcome back to my video course study guide for 308 of the Houston Community College course here, and I'm just going through and studying through the book and before the final exam, and I put together some videos because I know like some of my classmates they needed some help studying, and the only way that I can make myself available is, of course, by making some videos. Or if you have any questions or whatever, I am available for text messaging. So if you need me to solve something, I can do go ahead and work the question that you want me to solve, and then I can take a picture of it and text message that to you. And if you need me to explain the steps, I can do that as well. Now, we are in the section of word problems, and the word problems that we experience here in this 308 course is basically four different types of word problems. So as long as you know like the concepts that are given, you familiarize yourself with the type of questions that you're faced, you're going to be able to go ahead and develop an equation to be able to solve. Okay, so now this is another type. Generally, the first one we saw was getting the percent, and of course you're going to see that in various different ways. Sometimes you're going to be solving for the amount that you paid before. Sometimes you're going to be finding the percent, and sometimes you're going to find the ultimate end amount. So this one here is different. This one is working with consecutive numbers. Now they say, or sometimes it could be odd numbers that are consecutive, or even numbers that are quite consecutive. So this type of question, I'm going to go ahead and teach you how to develop an equation based on the words here and the different key phrases that we can circle and make that equation. So this one here is a pretty easy one. The number on Alan's 3 raffle tickets are consecutive integers. The sum of the 3 numbers is 130. What are the numbers? So basically, this is a good way that you can probably play this game on your friends, and you know, you can say, I've got 3 raffle tickets and they're consecutive numbers, and their sum of the 3 numbers, because you know they'll have like 3 numbers on, like the numbers are on there. You can say like, okay, so what raffle ticket numbers do I have? You know, it could be fun like that, but for the most part, this type of question is pretty useless, but it does show us how to develop, getting a grasp for developing formulas and stuff like that. So yeah, the question does seem pretty ridiculous, or non-functional, useless, but it is a way to get a grasp on developing equations. Now, we know that he has 3 raffle tickets, okay, and we know that they're consecutive integers. And now the sum, what does that mean? We're adding together of the tickets is, remember this is our equal, so it's equal to 130. So they pretty much put it straightforward that we have 3 raffle tickets, and it's going to equal 130. Now, we can start with any base number because we know that they're consecutive integers. So we can start with x, and that would be your first number. And we know if they're consecutive, then you have x just plus 1 because you're bumping up 1, okay? And then you do x plus 2 because you're bumping up 2 numbers up from this one. So that's your first number here, then you got your second number here, and then your third number here. We add them all together and get 130. Now, we can combine these like terms together and solve for x. So basically, you would have 3x plus 3, and then equals 130, and then you keep adjusting it around until you get x on one side and your other on the other side, and go ahead and solve for x. And that is how you develop an equation for this type.